Getting closer to the finals, a big day today. It was a Spoon Sunday. Well, a Spoon Sunday preview. We might have another one in a few weeks. And I said, boys, I'll take care of the opening minute. I'm going to make a bold declaration that Penrith are now the premiership favourites. I don't care what the market says. And Sean Ormerod said, yeah, you said that last week. So I don't know how bold that declaration is. Now, Sean wanted to make it very clear. He's never been questioned by police at a Queensland airport. And he says hello.
Not at Queensland airports anyway. No, Queensland, I'm safe.
I wonder, did that have any... Brandon Smith, again, we know nothing what happened, Joel. I wonder if that had any impact on the market going... I'm guessing it didn't, but it's a strange way to get ready for a game.
I think there would have been just some fingertips hovering over Twitter, just hitting refresh, going, is he playing, is he not playing, has he been let out of this airport? I only heard it mid-commentary. I actually missed it, the sort of story behind it, but heard it during the call. Interesting.
Don't know where we go with it, Joel.
Leave it alone.
We don't know what happened. We don't know what happened. So it could have been very serious. Might be, I don't know, not serious at all. Anyway, Brandon Smith was pretty good. I'll tell you who else was pretty good. Blake on my right. He got the so right with the last game of the week.
Boys, I'll give you a quick flare for the Parrot Cowboys game.
Yes, please.
Poor right-hand side. The Cowboys' right-hand side is diabolical. Todd Payton has his side back-to-back on the road in Sydney. Josh Adokar, 2 or more. Playing good footy, the Fox boys. I tell you, I would make him one of the first signings for the Perth Bears. I think I shared this last week.
Good energy.
Just yes. You need that cult hero.
This on the footy show. Yeah. No, that's not a criticism. I actually heard you say that. And good personality.
Yep.
You've got to look for blokes that have got a bit of age, a few years left in them, can actually make a contribution and can actually get some advertising term cut through.
Can I just have to give a tease as to how Joel brought up that flare in exceptional fashion. On the couch here, just in the green room, while watching the game, he was horizontal and just gave it a little finger in the air when Fox went over. It was 2 tries in about 5 minutes, wasn't it? He was home.
Nice and early.
Thanks for coming.
A couple of us had some success. Let's go to I called for radio the early game, Titans versus South. And as close as the last game was, I think the Titans-South game was eminently more interesting just because it was, well, I won't say comedy of errors. There's AJ, a couple of tries to him, so 2-12 back on.
There was a touch of it was so bad it was very good.
Well, remember I had a silly all-up multi.
That's right.
That we were one Jaden Campbell put down away from being halfway there.
How many copies did he get in the end?
Oh, a ridiculous amount. Yeah. You people at home are sick. I'll give you Ellie Cartel a first, second or third try scorer. I'll get 4 copies. I get a 6-leg multi for 200 to 1, and it was a lot of people were in on that. Anyway, it was good fun. I think the Titans were hard done by. I don't want to say robbed, Joel, but there was a high tackle at the end. It should have been given, and if we're doing buying or selling, I'm saying this is why I'm selling players staying down, because Jaden Campbell it was hit.
If he stays
down, it's a penalty. And I don't want our game, well, it has become that, where players are encouraged. It happened in the last game. Players staying down to get the right
in a
result.
grand final, you've got to do it.
We said out there, didn't we? So it happened to Talon De Silva.
Yep.
Any other minute of the game, that is a penalty right in front.
Yep.
But in that big moment, it wasn't called. I actually think that one where he stayed down and didn't get the penalty was more of a penalty than the Jaden Cam one. But I like the fact that he just got up and played it and marched on. It probably says a lot about him.
So we now riding off South out of the wooden spoon race. I was looking at, we got 5 wins Gold Coast, Newcastle 6, Cowboys 7, South 7. For and against.
That's their issue.
Pretty similar though, aren't they? All in and around the same.
The bunnies are about 190, I think.
Okay,
so that's as good as a game when you're giving up 40 points or ish to the field. Let me clarify that on the run.
While you do that, Gold Coast, Joel, they're going to have to win a couple or at least one. Cronulla away next week. Who knows with Cronulla? Cronulla probably win by 40, but you wouldn't be shocked if Gold Coast won that. Warriors on the Gold Coast. Gold Coast have a ridiculous record over the Warriors. Dolphins away, and then Tigers on the Gold Coast. So
tell you what,
it's not the worst draw.
Desi will be calling us and going, if you make us favourites in any of those games, you're in big trouble. Make us outsiders, and we might be half a chance of actually winning. Right. They are the worst favourites I've ever seen.
Newcastle and Cowboys play next week. It's almost like a Wooden Spoon preliminary final next week.
Elimination.
The winner, elimination final. The winner of that game pretty much out of the spoon race, but the loser is right back in the mix. Cowboys have got a bye to come as well, so...
Minus 195.
South.
South.
Okay.
And the Titans minus 155.
They got Parramatta South. Now, Parramatta's playing better than South. There's no question about that, but that's at Allianz next week. Gold Coast for you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's theirs to lose or
Yes.
theirs to not win.
I'm holding on a bit in the feed. Gold Coast Spoon, Broncos Premiers.
Sugar, it took a big hit. It took a big hit.
Yeah.
It took a big hit on Thursday night, didn't it?
We'll get to that at the back end. Bulldogs Warriors. I think we all thought this could be. Well, some of us thought this could be tight. Some of us actually thought no. Bulldogs will do this easily. There were two games this week: Penrith and Newcastle, and Bulldogs Warriors. You knew 10 minutes into the game exactly how this was going to play out. The Bulldogs were totally in their groove, and you've got to play a certain way to beat the Dogs, and the Warriors didn't do it. You've got to run over the Bulldogs, or you've got to throw something a bit different in attack, and the Warriors just don't have that at the moment, and it was hands and heels.
Well, they were already, think about last year, you lose Sean Johnson, former Golden Boot winner, Tohu Harris, club hero, Aden Fanua-Blake.
Yeah.
They were already up against it. Then you drag two of their best out.
Yeah. I had doubts whether the Bulldogs would do it easy. I thought they'd win, but I thought it'd be close. Someone to my left did not think it was going to be much of a contest.
Yeah, it needs to be dry for my flair. Bulldogs 13 plus off that bounce back record, and I loved the way they were playing Crichton at fullback in attack down that right hand side of the field. It brings Kiraz in, it brings Inari Tuala into the game. That's my little flair there, and they do score heavily down that right hand side already. We could have cut that little bit off at the start, couldn't we? Where I said, must be dry for this bet to win. Don't draw pictures, do they?
That's right, they don't.
They took the wet weather chat to heart, the Bulldogs. It got Threldo brought it up himself accidentally in a press conference during the week. No, they had to turn up and make a bit of a statement, and they did. And we saw Sugar, I think, probably the best 40-20 I've ever seen at Burton.
Unbelievable. It was a 2010. It was a 2010. Now, this guy, he could, and I'd just love to see, we need to see it, him latch onto an NFL ball, just to see what the hang time is.
I don't want to see it, because as soon as we do see it, there'll be scouts calling.
I want to see it. I want to see it. I love that. I'll talk about that a little bit later on.
All right. I heard other you talked about the coach. I heard, as we look at the Warriors odds, I think we need to start looking at missing top 8 as a possibility. Now, they've only got to win one more, right, to lock up top 8. So we think they're going to do it. But you know what? They're going to make the top 4. They're more chance, I think, of missing top 8 than making top 4. Grand final, $56. It's hard not to feel sorry for them. Bulldogs, they got what a fortnight the Bulldogs have got. Bulldogs versus Roosters, Friday night. Bulldogs versus Melbourne the week after. If they want top 2 and get that home final, they're going to have to earn that. Give any hope for the Warriors not to make it?
To not make the A's?
Yes.
Oh, that would, I would feel very, very sorry. No, I think
we're not celebrating that, but I mean,
I think
this is money.
I think they hang on, but that's all it is. It's just to hang on at this point. And then what do they do when they do make finals? Not much, I don't think.
Could you see with them last round to the point where they are definitely going to make it, and he just goes, you know what, we're just resting the whole team and just having a finals tilt?
Yeah, well, they probably have to do that.
They might have to do something
because
like that.
one more injury. And now they had a key injuries during the game against the Doggies as well. Doesn't help. So there's a few things. Like they've had no luck at all the whole year, really. I think they're just hanging on though.
All right, let's get to everyone's favourite segment.
Well, he's made the kick, important to some.
Now, we like to think of ourselves as a bit of a support service to people and if you have missed your same game multi or multi by one leg, and the leg is Jaden Campbell not scoring a try, roll this fish in here. This is the sickest bad beat of the whole year. Look at this big step. He does all the hard work, bang, bang, 2 big right foots, and you're home. Just put the ball there, no. And Latrell, he had 2 or 3 big moments in that game, Latrell. That was one of them. That could have really turned the game. I know it was early, but if they score that, they sort of march on to a bit of a lead. Do they go on with it? That is important to some. Maybe actually slide in the DMs or emails at getthemonside@sportsbet.com.au if you need a bit of support to get over that losing.
But what made that worse, Shawnee, was you see them try and improve the position. It was next
He's
to the
next to the
post.
post.
Right next to the post.
He was next to the post. I know
all
he's
over.
the man kicking
Yeah,
goals.
but you are literally a metre from the post.
All right, feed bet of the week, hands down. Now, this was $1,601 of this feed bet.
What?
Only one copy. Hang your heads in shame.
what's the bet?
Everyone didn't copy. So we had Luke Garner, tick, first try scorer of the game. Lindsay Smith,
okay.
tick. Liam Henry, tick. They're all big prices. And he had to sit there for about 50 minutes and wait for one man and step in Isaac Tungo to salute right at the end. And it was a nothing try, really. The game was over. The game was won. They won handsomely. And he just gets the ball midfield and somehow gets through 1, 2, 3. That's really poor stuff of the Knights. But if you are SJL97, we salute you. That was very important to you.
A lovely error of your algorithm because $1,600 is ridiculous.
Did you see the names? Garner, Smith, and Henry.
Henry one was a bit.
The Henry was a bit iffy. The Lindsay
1600.
Smith was off an error as well.
Good for him. Do we know how much he had on it?
Doesn't matter.
I
Wins a win.
understand.
And this one might just prickle you, Dangs. This one has hurt you a few times. An absolute junk try to the Warriors. Again, Bulldogs,
yes,
game is over. Jacob Kiros, you probably need to put the pass away there. The total,
That's the third
40.
time this year.
Yeah, the total 42 and a half. Roger goes in untouched and it sails over. You saw the rain. There was pools of water on the field and the total goes over.
Wow.
That was very, very important.
Third time at least that they've done that. Well done, nice. I'd love to know how much that Jaden Campbell try cost people. You have my pity. You have my you have my sympathy. Dolphins. We need the stat, right? Everyone on the Twitter, as soon as the Roosters hit 50, boom, I know that annoys you. I'd love to know this stat. Has a team, and I'm sure it's happened, has a team ever scored 60, conceded 60 and won a final? I'm sure a team that's conceded 60 has made the finals at some point. Maybe that's one worth checking. You got some stat nerds, Joel, that call you up on your radio show. Pretty silky performance. The game changed when we had 4 blokes sent to the sin bin and the Roosters played it brilliantly. When the game opens up and Hurricane Lenu was not going to be denied to last night.
They're a funny side, the Roosters, aren't they? Like, they're a bit sharkish, where you just don't know
Can't
what
really
you're truly
trust.
going to get.
Yeah, that drop ball against the Melbourne Storm, that could really hurt them still. They're home in the 8. If Tupou puts that ball down against Melbourne Storm, they win that game. They are home now.
Sean, you've got to let that go. That's about the 5th time you've brought that
That's
up.
a big moment.
That he brought. I understand it. It's about the 5th time I know who important to some, but at some point you just got to move on and get Sharks like. That's a sad.
Well, as far as, but you can't trust them. Like, you just don't truly know what you're going to get. Like, they can push the best teams, but then they can do the flopperoo. Like, well, who's the better team, Roosters or Sharks?
Oh, Roosters.
Right.
You disagree?
Oh, no, I just think...
Yeah, it's a good. I don't know. If you put up if they're playing next week head to head, I'm not sure the Chooks are.
No, you're right. You might be right because they played a few weeks ago and Sharks were favourites, and I was adamant they shouldn't be favourites, but it was at Shark Park. Dolphins' predicament here: they've got Battle of Brisbane next week and Manly at Brookvale. Manly obviously not flying. Have we still got the Dolphins making it? $1.67 would suggest the market thinks they will make it.
Yeah, but they're, again, like the Wars, they're hanging on by the skin of their teeth. And it's probably going to come down to a few teams around them.
Yep.
What about, the Roosters, if they'd won if they kept going, 64-6 at one point, if they got it to 76-6 or something, they could have actually eaten up all the Dolphins. They couldn't have quite eaten all up.
They're positive.
For and against.
Dolphins are 150 points in front of those teams coming into the game, and they lost 2/3 of it. Dragons Sharks, I love this game. It's one of my favourite games of the year to be at. Dragons thoroughly deserve this. There's really good signs at the Dragons. We kind of tend to think with the Dragons, it's just, filled with old blokes like Gutherson and Val Holmes, and they're sort of just squeezing out wins. But the green shoots coming through.
Guys waiting for them. We need a ding for green shoots.
Green shoots coming through. King Tongia. There you go, Gutherson. Oh, that's important to some. Well, it didn't matter in the end because Gutherson scored later.
Probably more important to Gutho's hammies there that he dished it off. I think he was worried about getting...
Well, he gave one back to him.
Yeah, I understand. Sharks. That's a bad loss.
It's a bad loss.
Terrible.
Like,
Top
they were
four.
Gifted top four.
Top four's on a platter.
Gifted.
there.
It was like, would you like, there was an invitation that landed in the mailbox. RSVP, would you like to be in the top four?
$5.50 now to make the top four.
No.
And don't deserve it. Titans
Put a
at
line
home
through it.
next week and then put a line through them. Well, they came into that game, top four was open. Now they've got to worry about just making it. That's where we're at. Good stuff from the Dragons, but 7th now, Cronulla. And I'm not anti-Cronulla. I like Cronulla. I like Craig Fitzgibbon. I like Nico Hines. I think he cops it unfairly. I don't hate the idea of Cronulla not getting a home final. Okay?
Yeah,
That's my
and the
bugbear,
chat.
that dump of a joint getting a home final. So I've got no problem if they finish 7th or 8th.
What, Sharks Stadium?
Sharks
If
Stadium.
it's a stadium, it deserves a home final.
Coach's Corner time. Coach's Corner time here and Get 'em on side.
I love seeing this. Well done to Coach Serraldo and the Canterbury Bankstown Bulldogs. I love seeing this where they're playing the hybrid type role with somebody like Stephen Crichton who plays in the centres. And this is, in my opinion, exactly what you need to do with Tommy Trbojevic and Latrell Mitchell. These guys are power athletes, right? At the Olympics, you don't have the 100-metre sprinter running the 1,500-metre race. It's power athletes, but you do want them with the ball at this end of the field. So therefore, give them the licence to go roaming and have somebody at the back of the field who's more like an Edwards, more runner, tough carries, Lee Hopoati, those types of players. And I love seeing that hybrid model where, whilst he wasn't named at fullback, he certainly played a fullback attacking piece. Thank you, Coach Serraldo.
Could I say, I like that Cameron Serraldo continues to tinker with this team. I know it brings about a lot of attention. The latest tinker is Bailey Hayward, who has been a sensation, to be honest. Every time he plays, he's good. And now he's the starting dummy half. Reid Marnie, who's not long for the club, back to the bench. He realises they still have improvement in them. I like the way he's going about it. I know Galvin for Sexton was controversial, but you've got to get better in this game.
Well, teams who keep winning and make no changes where there may be things going bad, they call it winning wallpaper, right? So you're winning, but you're kind of not making changes because you're winning. He's certainly not doing that, Dan. He's not suspect or a culprit of being.
No.
They've only got upside as well to come home. So they've still got Satili Tupanua will come back from injury, and obviously Connor Tracy. They're a much better team. I know that hybrid model's great, but with Tracy at fullback, he can still do that with Crichton if you want. There's a lot of upside there, and if they like those conditions weren't suitable to a Lockie Galvin type game, but he was really that's probably the best game I think he's played for them in awful conditions. So there's a fair bit of upside, fair bit to like.
I'm going to make a bold declaration. They will beat Melbourne in 2 weeks. Right? And
Going to that game.
Oh, yeah.
Yes,
Are ya?
Yes, taking my brother to that game.
Because I think, Joel, you got to throw two things. I said this, you got to run over them, and I'm not sure Melbourne have the ability to run over Canterbury. Maybe Nelson comes back for that one. He probably does. But also, I think that's where they miss Jerome Hughes. Because Jerome Hughes throws something different at Canterbury. Anyway, you watch now, there'll be 6 injuries, and I'm going to look like an absolute
What's the
idiot.
total match points going to be on that game? 32.5?
It should be,
Shouldn't
but
it?
it'll be 42.5, and we'll back the unders.
Raiders versus Manly. Ethan Strain's the star of this one. Another good win for the Canberra side. As we watch on here, this is a great start for Manly.
So that was the first try of the game. They didn't go back to that play at all. Like that's you speak about the Sharkies being a bit frustrating and the Roosters being frustrating. Like Manly, that's how they have to play. They have to move the ball early to their fast men out wide. They did it once, they cashed in, and then they didn't do it for the rest of the game. And they just served up line and length footy to the Raiders, who just defended. Like it was a complete stat domination by Manly in this game. They had every chance to win and probably win comfortably. He is already a complete gun, Ethan Strain, only 20 years old, which is just crazy. And like they had enough of the footy to win handsomely. Manly couldn't do it.
If they make the grand final, he'll be the Aussie bolter.
Already
I
is.
reckon
I've already read the B word.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Ricky Stewart is stumping for him pretty hard, and with good reason. $5 now to win the comp. Hang on, that can't be right. Top 4 $1.45. They're going to make the top 4 by a mile.
Yeah, no, that's a typo.
They've got to be $1.01.
Yeah, no. So the $5, that's about as for a team who's expected or favourite. That's for the minor premiership.
Minor premiership.
To get the minor premiership.
It's as big as you'll see.
Minor premiership $1.45.
And we all know why.
Yeah.
Panthers, week 1.
Yeah.
That's why they're so big.
Again. I don't want to bring it up.
Don't bring it up.
I'm not bringing it up.
Don't bring it up.
I'm not bringing it up. I want to bring it up.
Penrith versus Knights. Yes. Well, you're welcome.
Don't act surprised.
You're welcome, I thought we weren't going to get, honestly, I want to get to buying or selling. But this gives me a lovely opportunity to just say, you're welcome. All right, now I've got the Flair, and again, we're on the same page. Knights have been kept scoreless to half-time 9 times this year.
Yeah.
Under 2.5. I will even allow...
Buying a little penalty goal there.
I just... bad teams do it all the time, where they'll just take the 2-0 lead, think they can hang on to win.
Well done.
Well,
That was as easy a bet as you will
the
ever
last
see.
10 minutes could not have gone any better. I don't think Newcastle had a single tackle inside Penrith territory. Mwah! Mwah!
Complete and utter domination.
I don't think we need to really spend much time on this game, to be honest. Broncos, quick one. Broncos, are we riding the Broncos off, Joel?
No, we're not riding them off. No, I don't think so. Cobbo's improved out of the ground. You've got Ben Hunt to go to 7, so he was number 1 in the comp last year for try assists.
It was, yeah. Almost 40. It's a
Yeah,
crazy
so he's
number.
going halfback.
Yeah. Of all the teams that can cover those spots, the Broncos are it.
Reece Walsh, what do we do there, boys? Buttoned up. We need,
Oh, he's got to be off the leash now.
you reckon just get off the leash?
Oh, he's got to be off the leash. Any hope they've got, he's got to go.
Yeah.
He's got to
Such
go
a hard one.
bonkers. Speaking of off the leash, buying or selling time.
I'm buying a bit of brotherly love or a little brotherly concern. It was beautiful to see. But the delivery and how Turbo told Jake to get off the field here after. So Jake Turbo goes down with a nasty head knock. We all saw it. We're going to see it here. And he gets up, and being the tough guy that Jake Dubrovich is, he tries to shake it off. He cops publicly his shoulder there, which is what you do not want to run into. So I think you said during the call down he's gone to Disneyland, which is where he was. A lot of concern, which is great to see. He tries to shake it off with the trainer here, and then his brother Tom just comes up and says, "No, Jake, you're off. Get off the field." And it was, I think their mums would have been very proud, and the delivery and how he went about it that only a brother can do. Jake, you're off.
No, only that brother, because I don't think Ben could get
couldn't
away
do
with
that.
it. He couldn't get away with
Ben
it.
couldn't do
That's
it.
great.
Look, the 3 o'clock game, I know technically this is correct, so I'm arguing common sense more than anything, but the penalty try for Teague Wilton, how can Tyrell Sloan concede a penalty try for that? He doesn't do anything that's dangerous. It's a mid-air tackle in the act of scoring. I get why. Once it goes upstairs, the bunker is hamstrung. They have to go the way they did. I just think we're going to need a tweak here. This was brought in to rule out dangerous play. Instinct, Joel, you are one of these former players that used to play in that position. How does instinct not take over?
Yeah,
What, are you going to let him score?
No, I agree with you, but as you said, we can't on this occasion hammer the bunker because they have to adjudicate that way.
No, that's a rule. That rule needs to be tweaked over the
Yep.
off-season. What have you got?
The hardest part about this, folks, was whether I was buying or selling it. Sometimes something's so bad, you've got to buy it. This is the ugliest try of the year, isn't it? What about that pass? This.
Ricochet,
That.
ball, ding, ding,
That.
ding.
Oh.
See you
This.
later.
And that.
Oh, Milky.
That is a Barry Crocker of a try, but it was so bad, it was so beautiful.
Yeah.
I love that Tom Jenkins couldn't even bring himself to celebrate it.
Yeah, but-
just a little head turn.
But this raises a point for me, boys. At training, coaches teach perfection. So if you did that at training, their heads would fall off. Yet it leads to a try in the game.
Yeah, they'd pull that play up, wouldn't even get to the winger.
Exactly.
All right, good, nice stuff. All right, we're going to look at next week. Couple of absolute crackers next week. We're going to look at the early markets right after this. Get them on side. Hey, quick recommendation. I always forget I've got Apple TV. There's a show called Stick. It's about a golfer, Owen Wilson. Now, it doesn't have a single original idea. It's basically Ted Lasso marries Colour of Money, marries Tin Cup. But you know what? It's very charming. It's very fun. Apple TV, I recommend it highly. Let's do this.
I'm not waiting very long to get around the Penrith Panthers at Pickham against Melbourne Storm at home. I know it's at CommBank, but at night, we know Melbourne Storm aren't good at night. I think they're going to firm up nicely, the Penny Panthers.
-3.5 Bronx. No, they'll cover the Dolphins, surely.
Oh, well, hang on. That was going to be the game I was going to pick. Hang on. Dolphins. I think Dolphins can...
-3.5. Broncos better than them.
What line will that start? You might be right, but what line will that start at?
It'll be 4+. I think.
I don't see, we look at lines that are going to move. I don't see the Bulldogs Roosters line moving outside of injury. That's a great game.
Looks rock solid, doesn't it?
But 2.5 looks about right. Allianz, 3 games at Allianz this week, which is interesting. South and Parramatta, and also I like the Tigers plus 5.5 against Manly. But you can catch us Thursday after Matty John's show. Thank you for watching, by the way, on Thursday. Big numbers. Might have had something to do with the big game before that, Melbourne-Brisbane. But thank you. See you soon. See you Wednesday. See you Thursday. Get them on side.
Imagine what you could be buying instead. For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.